lesson, we are going to learn about the special kind of polygon called quadrilateral. So, quadrilateral is a polygon having 4 sides and 4 angles. Here in figure, it's a square. A square is a special kind of quadrilateral because it have 4 sides, and special because all the 4 sides have an exact length and all the 4 angles have an exact size. In fact, all 4 angles are right angles. Okay, now it also note that all squares are formed with the 2 parallel sides. 2 opposite vertical sides are parallel and 2 opposite horizontal sides are parallel. Now we are going to do some changes to the square to see the other kind of quadrilaterals. 2 things we are going to change are sides and angles. Let's start by changing the side. Now stretch a square in a one direction so that one pair of parallel side is not equal to the other pair of parallel side, and this is called rectangle. A rectangular is a quadrilateral which have 4 equal angles even we stretch the square, but it doesn't have 4 equal sides. And again, like a square, it is made up of 2 pair of parallel sides. Now we are going to change in the angle of a square like this. Now it is a rhombus. So a rhombus is a quadrilateral which have 4 equal sides but it doesn't have 4 equal angles. So once again, like a square, it is made up of 2 parallel sides. Now we'll change both sides and angle of a square like this, and we call it as parallelogram. In parallelogram, side as well as angle both are not equal, but still it is made up of 2 pair of parallel sides. So parallel from parallelogram. Now we can say that parallelogram is a quadrilateral made up of 2 pair of parallel sides. Now wait a second, what about the other quadrilaterals? Are they all parallelogram? Because they all are made up of 2 pair of parallel sides. Exactly, they all are parallelogram. So here all the shapes are parallelogram just like a quadrilateral, but they have a special name with them. If all angles are equal, rectangle. If all sides are equal, rhombus. If all sides and all angles both are equal, square. If all the quadrilateral we seen so far is an example of parallelogram, then what is an example of not a parallelogram? To see things, again we'll start from the square, but this time we are going to change one of its vertices like this. Now one pair of side is still parallel but not the other. So a quadrilateral that has only one pair of parallel side is called trapezoid. Alright, then what about the quadrilaterals that have no parallel side like this one? Its both opposite pairs of sides are not parallel. So what we're going to call this kind of polygon? We'll call it as quadrilateral. So we can summarize any polygon which have a 4 side, call it as a quadrilateral. And if there is no parallel side, again still it is called it as a quadrilateral. But a polygon has only one pair of parallel sides, it is called as a trapezoid or trapezium. And a polygon have a 2 pair of parallel sides, it is called as a parallelogram, and there are several type of parallelogram called as a rectangle, rhombus and square. One important thing we need to know about the quadrilateral is that the sum of all angles of quadrilateral is always 360 degrees. Take a 4 different example of a quadrilateral. We'll draw a line between each of them, between 2 opposite vertices of them. Now, each of quadrilateral is cut by 2 equal triangles, and in triangles video, we learned that a sum of all angles of a triangle is always 180 degrees. So, a quadrilateral is formed by 2 triangles, so its sum of all angles will be the double the time of triangles, that is 360 degrees.